one of these two companies can legally get you to 0% tax. The other one takes 19 to 25% of your profits before you see a penny. Sounds like an easy choice, right? It's not. Because the 0% has a catch that most YouTubers skip, and the cheap company might not be the one you think. Hello, I'm Horia, and I help international founders set up, manage, and grow their businesses. In this video, we will compare UK company versus US LLC for international business owners. We're going to score this like a match, 5 rounds. Tax, setup cost, yearly paperwork, banking, and privacy. By the end, you'll know exactly which company is right for your situation, not the one the internet keeps selling you. So let's start. Just before we start, a little disclaimer. I'm not an accountant and this is not a tax advice. This is for educational purposes and from my own research. Round 1, the big one, tax. If you open a UK limited company, the UK treats that company as UK entity. It pays corporation tax on its profits, 90 to 25%, depending on how much you make. And here's what surprises people. That applies even if you don't live in the UK. The company is British, so the company pays British tax. Full stop. Now, the US LLC. You probably heard other channels say it's 0% tax. Open a US LLC and pay nothing. I need to be honest with you because this claim is only half true, and the half they skip can cost you a lot of money. Here is the truth. A US LLC owned by non-resident pays 0% US federal income tax on one condition. Your business must not be engaged in a trade or business in the United States. No office in the US, no employees in the US, no dependent agents working for you there. For example, if you are a freelancer in Egypt invoicing clients through your LLC or selling digital products from Pakistan, you typically find 0% US federal tax. But 0% US tax does not mean 0% tax. Income tax follows you where you live. So if you live in Germany and take money out of your LLC, Germany taxes you. And that applies to most European countries. If you live in the UAE, there is no personal income tax, so here it becomes 0 tax for you. Same LLC, completely different outcomes. Your country decides. And one more thing they don't tell you. 0 tax does not mean 0 paperwork. Your LLC still files with the IRS every single year. I'll show you exactly what in round 3, including the form that carries a $25,000 penalty if you skip it. So round 1, the US wins on tax, but only when you understand the conditions. So the score for round 1, US 1, UK 0. So round 2, what does it cost just to open the doors? Now, this is important as prices has changed and it can change in the future. For the UK, it costs £100 to register the company yourself in the government website. The fees has doubled in February 2026. It used to be 50 and before that it used to be 12. So the price has changed. You can set up the company with only 1 share worth £1. And it's fast. Your company can be live on Company House within 24 hours, sometimes within the hour. If you use a formation agent instead, you're paying £100 plus their service fee, around maybe £200 to set up the company. For the US, there's more than one cost. So you've got the state filing fees, depending on the state. In Wyoming, it's around $100. You need a registered agent in the US. It's a legal requirement, not an option. And I've had a full walkthrough on this channel where you can use Northwest as a registered agent for $39 only, plus the state fees to set up your LLC. So all in, realistically, if you're doing it that way, it will cost you $150 to set up the company. But if you go through an accountant, the cost varies. It starts from $500 to maybe $1,000. It depends. Round 2, it's a tie because you can set up the LLC as cheap as the UK. So there will be a tie. If you use an accountant in both scenarios to set up the company, the UK will win in that round. Now, round 3, this is the round nobody makes video about. What it costs to keep the company alive every year. Just a little disclaimer before I give you numbers. I'm not an accountant and this is not tax advice. Again, this is an estimate of the cost, so you can budget Always confirm your own situation with a professional. Let's start with the UK. 2 main filings every year. Number 1, the confirmation statement. Basically telling the government, yes, my details are still correct. If you file it yourself, the government fee is £50 online. It went again up in February this year. If you use an accountant, you will add their fees on top. But that's honestly, you can do it yourself. Number 2, your annual account and corporation tax return. And here is the truth. This one, you cannot realistically do it yourself. You need an accountant. And depending on the accountant, how much work your company is, this anywhere from 200 up to 1,000 or more per year. And there is a hidden multiplier, bookkeeping. If you have been keeping your records all year, invoices, receipt, every payment documented, the accounting job is small and the bill stays small. If you show up with a shoebox of chaos and a year of unrecorded transactions, they have to do all your bookkeeping first, and that would cost money. So bookkeeping is either a habit or a bill. Then there is a VAT, and this is a matter if you sell physical product. If you are non-resident selling to UK customer, you must register for VAT from day one. Residents get a £90,000 threshold. You don't. Now, there is an update if you sell on Amazon. If you sell on Amazon, Amazon start collecting VAT for non-residents. If you're not resident, Amazon will collect the VAT. So the marketplace handles it. Amazon, all these marketplace now, legally they have to collect those VAT from non-residents. But if you sell through your own website, Shopify, your own store, that 20% on UK sale is your job. And here is the part nobody budgets for. Once you are VAT registered, you file every 3 months. That means accountant fees every quarter. Even if you sold nothing, 0 sales, you still file. You still pay the accountant 4 times a year, and your record stay kept for 6 years, depending on your reporting cycles. Most people do it every 3 months. The US side. Remember I said 0 tax doesn't mean 0 paperwork. Your non-resident LLC files every year, even with 0 tax due. The big one is Form 5472 attached to a pro forma 1120. Miss it and the standard penalty is $25,000. That's not a scare tactic, that's the number on the IRS website. So let's up the US costs honestly. So registered agent renewal, around $125 a year, and then you have your state annual fees. For Wyoming is $60 a year. So that's work out around $185 as fees. Now, then the accountant to prepare the filings, because just like the UK corporation tax return, the 5472 is not an easy form. You need an accountant to file for you as non-resident. So it depends on the accountant fee. It really varies. So you already have 200 for the keeping up the company, and basically hire an accountant for another maybe minimum 200, maybe 400 or 500. So realistically, $400 to $500 a year to run a US LLC properly. Could be more, but that's the minimum, whether you made a sale or not. Which wins? Here is my honest scoring. And it surprised me when I actually ran the numbers. Both countries makes you hire an accountant. Nobody escaped that. The UK return is not something you can do yourself, and neither the 5472. UK, £50 in fees, plus 200 to 1,000 for the accountant in a year time. The US, US 185 in fees, plus around 200 for the accountant as minimum. So that's basically similar money. And if you are VAT registered in the UK, quarterly accounting fees 4 times a year, even with 0 sales. So round 3, honestly, it's a draw. The internets tell you UK is cheap to run and the US is expensive. The real numbers say they cost about the same. And the US gives you 0% rate for that money. So still 1-1. Round 4, banking. And most of you watching this round decides. With US LLC, you can open a Mercury. I have a full step-by-step on this channel showing you exactly how, including why application get rejected. Mercury gives you a real US business account, US account and routing number, and your deposits protected through their partner banks. Currently advertise at up to $5 million of FDIC coverage through their sweep network. So this is huge. Mercury is one of the best online banks to use for non-residents. Once you have it open, it's really more reliable than most banks that you will hear that they close accounts like Wise and other fintech banks. So it's a really good advantage. For the UK, there are no many options. Now, if you live in Europe, you'll be fine. There is a lot of options. Revolt Business, Tide, why several options will be open for you. But if you live in the Middle East, most of Asia, or most of Africa, for most countries, there is realistically only one option, Wise. And this is very risky because Wise are known actually to close account. And building your business on just one bank account is dangerous. If Wise freezes your account, an account freezes happens very often, your entire company is offline. So what I advise people who can only open Wise is there is a workaround. I tell people, open Wise first. If you can open it, then use it to activate a Pioneer business account. And if you want a video about this, write in the comments below. So I'll do a video about that. Now, instead of having just Wise, you'll have a Wise business account and Pioneer business account. Opening Pioneer alone through a company, they will not allow you to open a business account. Basically, they require you to have a business bank account to open that business bank account. So it's an egg or chicken. So there's that workaround you can do. So because of this, for round 4, the US win. And it's not close at all because Mercury is a really good bank. Now, round 5, privacy. Open a UK company and your name, your company address, your filing, all of it, it's public. Company house is free, searchable website. Anyone, a customer, a competitor, a nosy relative can look you up and your company and who owns it. Now, open an LLC in Wyoming. Wyoming doesn't put the owner names on the public record. Your company exists. It's fully legal. It opens bank account and your name is not published anywhere for the public to search. And this is a huge advantage. For a lot of people, especially anyone selling in public with a personal brand, that's protection matters. So for round 5, US wins. Now, so the final scores, the US wins the match. 3 rounds to 2 draw. And now I need to tell you something honest, because for a long time my own advice was different. I used to tell beginners, start with UK company. It's cheaper. Test your business there first. But when I sat down and ran the real numbers for this video, that advice died. UK isn't actually cheaper to run. We just saw it. Same accountant bill, similar totals, except the UK takes 19 to 25% of your profit for it. The US takes 0. But is the UK company easier to close if things don't work out? Also not true. You can close a US LLC simply to file a basic dissolution with the state, do your final IRS filing, and you're done. And if you simply stop renewing, the states dissolve the company for you. There is no trap holding you in. But what if I'm selling to UK customers? Even if you sell to UK customers, you don't really need a UK company to sell in the UK. You can register your US LLC for UK VAT. So the US company can't sell in the UK, handle VATs like any other seller, and still pay 0 corporation tax on its profits. The UK company pays up to 25% for the privilege of doing the same job. Where does leave the UK company? It depends on where you are and what you need. If you live in Europe, where Revolt and Tide can help you open an account and your whole business is local, a UK limited company can still make sense. It is a legitimate, respected structure. But for international founder building an online business, sometimes they're not selling in the UK, the US LLC wins almost every time. 0% federal tax if you meet the condition, Mercury for banking, Wyoming for privacy, running costs the same as the UK, and exit door the same as the UK. Just go in with your eyes open. The filings are real, then $25,000 penalty is real, and you need an accountant who knows non-resident LLC. If you are ready for the US route, everything you need is on this channel, step by step. How to form your LLC for $39, your EIN for free, no SSN, and your Mercury account. The full playlist is on the screen and in the description. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. And if you like the video, please like, subscribe, and share the video. See you in the next one.